IVASS Power Panel 2, which is going to discuss best practices in after-sales service business growth, CRM and profitability. To participate in this panel discussion, I would like to invite Mr. Ramashankar Pandey, MD, Hella India Lighting. A round of applause for Mr. Pandey, please. Mr. Pandey has more than 19 years of entrepreneurial and turnaround experience in the auto component industry, both in OEM and aftermarket industry fields. Mr. Pandey has a global role at Hella, Germany for the Special OE division. Winner of the Asia Pacific Entrepreneurship Award for 2016 and 2021, he is an alumnus of NIT Calicut, ICFI Hyderabad, and IIM Bangalore, as well as the University of California, Berkeley. With the vision of technology of tomorrow for the life of today on Indian roads, he achieved the business model innovation for the company and won industry recognition, including the most innovative enterprise by CII in 2017. Mr. Pandey is co-chair ACMA CAAC committee and president CWC Drive Smart, Drive Safe, as well as the co-founder of Prayas in Bangalore. Welcome, sir. Please also put your hands together for Mr. Nilesh Shah, National Head Service, Hyundai Motor India. With 27 years of experience in the automotive and engineering industry, Mr. Shah has worked with Bradma of India Limited, Force Motors, Bosch, Maruti Suzuki, and Tata Motors in their sales, marketing, pre-owned car business, and after-sales domain. Mr. Shah leads by example and believes in the power of teamwork, exploring new opportunities with innovative, out-of-the-box thinking. He believes in promoting clean mobility and water conservation, building an organization culture, and strengthening service marketing. Mr. Shah pursues photography as a passion. Welcome, sir. I'd like to invite Mr. Vikrant Mohan, National President, All India Automobile Workshop Association, Iowa. Please welcome him with a round of applause. With more than 40 years in the automotive industry, Mr. Mohan is the initiator and national president of Iowa. He has conducted training programs and lectures for the central government, defense organization, Lions clubs, college students, engineering undergraduates, as well as entrepreneurs in the automobile service industry. He's also the founder of the Automobile Service Providers Academy and life member of the Andhra Pradesh Motor Sports Club and the Hyderabad Management Association, as well as a member of the Telangana Automobile Dealers Association and the Federation of Telangana Chambers of Commerce and Industry. Welcome, sir. Please also welcome Mr. Harsh Vashist, MD, Satyam Group. Mr. Harsh Vashist, an engineer by profession, founded Satyam International in 1999 to provide complete solutions related to workshop design, garage equipment, air, lube, paint, washing, and environment solutions pan-India. In 2014, he founded Sparsh Autotech Private Limited with the dealerships of General Motors, Chevrolet, Nissan, and Datsun. The company won several awards, including the 3M Winners Award 9 times in a row. He implemented SHE for better safety, health, and environment for his employees. In 2016, he established SCOPE, the Sham Center of Professional Excellence for industry-oriented programs, and later started budding entrepreneurs to promote Atmanirbhar Bharat. Welcome, sir. A round of applause for Mr. Vashist, please. I'd also like to welcome Mr. Vadiraj Katti, CEO and co-founder iTriangle Infotech. Mr. Katti comes with 30 years of experience in the domains of finance, technology, HR sales, and marketing, along with conceptualizing and designing products and solutions in the industry verticals of telematics, automotive, and telecommunications. Mr. Katti is also actively engaged with government agencies and policymakers to develop and introduce robust, secure standards for the implementation of IoT and telematics in India. He is the Vice Chair for the Telematics Sub-Pillar of ACMA, also the Vice President of the Telematics Association of India. With a team of highly motivated professionals, Mr. Katti has been instrumental in making iTriangle Infotech the largest Indian manufacturer of vehicle telematics hardware. Welcome, sir. A round of applause, please. I'd also like to invite Mr. Anuj Guglani, founder and CEO of the WAF Group. Anuj, of course, needs no introduction. Welcome. And over to you, sir.
So hello friends and welcome to the Graveyard Shift. So switching gears now and coming to a gentleman who is a DP, dealer principal for Tata Motors, Kia, and running a prolific business and has one of the biggest workshops of several OEMs in this part of the country. And he also trains, he runs an academy for DPs. He trains dealer principals on how to make more money. So I think Harsh Bhai, you being in the house, what are the special sutras? अब रामबाण दे ही दो यार प्रॉफिट बनाने का.
Hello everyone. I think I am the only DP in this hall currently. And fortunately, we are having two brands, which is Tata and Kia, which is the largest and fastest acceptable brand among the customers. So we are fortunate, and thanks to our principals, that we are partners with them. So I think this topic, which is best practices for profitability and growth, belongs to dealer principal directly. And few OEs are there, thanks to them. And they are here to guide us, because OEs, they lay some rules, regulations, system, processes, how to run a dealership. And the best part in this hall is most of the people belongs to the vendor side, who basically give resources, new technologies, and how to increase the productivity out of the same resources or maybe some add-on resources. But ultimately, using these technologies offered by you vendors will increase the profitability and ultimately the growth of the dealership, and which leads to the growth of entire supply chain and the people associated with that. So I do a very good postmortem for profitability, which before this session I learned from Mehta sir, who is sitting there, the long hair guy.
Mehta sir, can you just please stand up so that everyone can just see you?
So I do a very...
Mehta sir, हमारे प्रिय Mehta sir. Thank you, sir.
So I do a very good postmortem. Postmortem is a negative word, sorry for that. But profitability is profitability. If we are proactive, as a dealer principal, as our management, our managers, our general managers, they are proactive, they are doing meetings, they are doing tracking, whatever SOP defined by the OE. This is the pro part. Then automatically our manpower become fit for doing the job. And as a DP, we have to ensure the wellness of those manpower or the stakeholders attached with the complete ecosystem, and the ability, which is the responsibility of the OE, dealers as well as the management, to bring best out of them is the profitability. Thank you, sir. Everybody needs growth in life. Maybe it is monetary, or maybe in your lifestyle, maybe in your education, or maybe in your surroundings. So growth is a very positive word. Grow with worth is growth. Make your worth. If you're able to make your worth, automatically growth comes in. Now I directly comes to the workshop angle. What is going in the reality in the workshops, in my workshop, because I am here to share my views on best practices. So what we do to increase our profitability in year 2022 and the coming years. So we are focusing our challenge, what we discuss with our advisors, and what we understand out of what we were doing last so many years. So important is the cost analysis of per car, per day, per person, means the staff. This is very important. The cost analysis of per car, per day, per person is very important versus cost against the expense cost. The expense cost against every car. That is very important. We have to understand, like in workshops, sometimes, car sold in showroom, we deliver car in showroom, sometimes we don't fix HSRP plate, number plate, right? Then they comes in the workshop, which is an add-on cost, which is giving nothing, but security guy has to register those numbers. Then it is coming to workshop, somebody has to attend it, which is the add-on cost. So we can control those costs, which will directly increase our profitability because the customer, the employees, the staff, the resources engage with the real after-sale cars instead of doing the redoing work of the showroom. So showroom, already we have fitters, we have accessories guys. Our sales team can do delivery with the plate. It's a very small example, which increases your cost. Same way, the complaints, which increases your cost. So FRFT, which is defined by every OE, the first time right. So that's very important. Otherwise, you won't imagine one car costs sometimes, not less than 500-700 rupees, and sometimes it is 10,000, 20,000, because you never know what customers demand against your team or your mistake. So you have to fulfill that just to close that complaint. And currently, all OEs, they are on, I think, zero tolerance. My both principals, Kia and Tata, they are at zero tolerance. They will not any single complaint, they don't accept it. They don't accept any escalation. Even you won't imagine, at my level, we used to get, morning alarms at 7, sometimes 7:30. Please go and check. There is one tweeter against your dealership. Go and get it done. So they are that way so much alert because it is a competition time and everybody is doing growth. So everybody wants to retain their numbers. So that's very important. So again, the profitability, one is how you calculate your cost, which is anchoring by the dealership, and what you are getting against your customer. This is one part. Second is your spare part management. This is very important. Last year, we closed our Nissan operations. So we understand what kind of, spare part is still lying in our stock, which is close to 70-80 lakh rupees. And we have not earned, with Nissan, you understand, it's a challenging brand. And keeping, like, what I mean to say is, as a dealer principal, when we close our operations, there is a huge cost involved. And that's a recent example which we, suffered 70 lakh rupees of a spare part. And mostly those spare parts are not the running item. That's the unfortunate part. These are the slow moving items, some, knuckles and some screws of, body shop. So these are not sellable, which I understand, after doing the complete research. Maybe my friend next to me can help me to liquidate that, spare parts in their aftermarket. But that's a big pain area. 70 lakh rupees is a huge, huge cost to us. So what I mean to say is, we should manage our spare parts smartly. So we should track them, what kind of, spares we have in our, stocks. Like if we talk about our Tata and Kia, there is an inventory of more than 3.5 crores with us. And if we calculate market rate of interest, which is around 1%, so that's a huge cost, which is indirectly hitting our system, the balance sheet, right? 3.5 lakh rupees every month we have to drain. And suppose we have most of the spare part, which is slow moving or the dead items, then our entire circulation of the funds stops because most of the fund, they block because of those spare parts, which we don't realize. And our spare part team, our managers, they keep putting a request to dealer principal. And through OEs, we are getting, request, please enhance your BG limit to get spare parts, which is again denting to our system. So it is better to track down your spares, right? So the next is your spare part. And the third is your cost control is your cost saving. I'm not saying cost cutting. Cutting is a crime, like negative word, and it's a crime for us to use this word cutting. So cost control. So there are a lot of ways, like dealer principles, like we ourselves, last month only I realized we are paying 40,000 rupees extra electricity cost, which is on us in workshop, because the power factor, which is defined by the government, we are breaking those limits. because of the fluctuation using body shop machines, MIG welder, spot welder. So we have to install one power factor. If we install it, we will save 40,000 rupees in our bill, because the billing company, the electricity company, they put a penalty on you because of the fluctuation in the load. These are very small things, but ultimately it is a 5 lakh rupees per year, which is going out of your profit, and you don't understand it. This is from for one workshop of ours, which is having this problem. So we have to fix it. So we have to understand. So we can save a lot of things if we control our wastage.
Fair enough. Absolutely.
And there is one more thing I have seen in my workshop. The housekeeping, the maintenance, the guy who is living in the last, they are just putting down the MCB. Just understand what I'm saying. They are putting down the MCB. And we open workshop at 9 o'clock for customer, but our housekeeping teams comes around 7:30, 8 o'clock just to make everything fit for the customer, right? They come and they switch on the MCB. So the entire lights, computers, everything is on. So ultimately that is again a dent of around 3 to 4 lakh rupees to my dealership. We have 13 locations in Delhi. So if we control that part, like instead of switching down the NCB, you switch it off the switch first and then MCB. So I think we are able to save a lot of cost.
I think what Harshbhai has mentioned, when he started off talking, it felt as if he was an OEM official talking. He sounded like an OEM person. The kind of terms that he was using, they were very OEM-centric terms, because I have myself worked with 2 OEMs. That's the impression I got. But then quickly he dovetailed the OEM inputs to business sensitivity and business management as an entrepreneur, as a DP. And then he spoke about sensitizing his teams on how to go ahead with this. So I think this is the Ramban, as simple as that. Many a times it is OEM versus dealer. Why? Isn't there a common vision, a common objective? Serving the customers, making money. You make money, I make money. You make the customer happy, everyone's customer is happy. So listening to the OEMs, they have a lot of experience. Instead of always just objecting or criticizing them कि ये नहीं हो सकता, वो नहीं हो सकता, ये possible नहीं है, आपको क्या पता, आपका थोड़ा business है. Being open to the inputs, OEMs have, decades of experience in countries. So absorbing those inputs like a professional, having the systems in place, applying your mind of an entrepreneur, and making your teams power it. I think it's a great combination, Harshbhai.
मुझे लगता है as a DP, because automobile dealer principal customers, 2023 is going to be challenging for dealership business, because we understand the sales are slightly on the lower side, and every car company, they have done wonders in last 2 years. But now there are the global factors and the domestic factors, like rate of interest is going high and people are like slightly discouraged to buy new cars. And all the workshops throughout India, when I talk to my other dealer colleagues and car companies, so every workshop is flooded with the load cars. So getting cars is not a challenge. Repairing cars to the customer satisfaction is a big challenge as of now. And I think as a DP, I should focus on 2 areas. One is my first customer is my staff. If they retain with me, they understand, they are filled, उनका पेट भरा हुआ है, सब कुछ है, they will definitely do good for your dealership. Ultimately, that converts into CSI, SSI, and CPTV and everything. And second is investment into productivity enhancement systems, like for vendors. Because last 2 years, we also not invested much of it. There is less pressure from OE side to invest into equipments and other things, which ultimately increases the productivity. So time to invest into resources, new systems, just to increase productivity ultimately. So these 2 things. Thank you.